Hello everybody, this is Dee and welcome back to my channel, Dee Plans and Budgets. How much did I spend the week of June 19th to 25th, and most importantly, on my trip to the Pacific Northwest? How much of my budget did I spend? Let's go over these numbers together. I'm very excited, and then we're gonna play Farkle. I'm gonna pull some money out of my buffer in my D binder because I just wanna play that game. Let's get down to it. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, I have some cinnamon whiskey. Cheers. All right, so I'm really happy with my trip up. Not only did I make it safely, which is something that you should never take for granted, but very scenic and beautiful trip. I will post a little bit of footage from the town of Helper, Utah. That's where I was staying when I posted that beautiful river. And when I was there that night, they were having a town function and there was a band and everything playing. I will have to, of course, mute out that sound because I don't know about any of the copyright, but it's just kind of a cool, little small town vibe. Matter of fact, that was the name of the celebration, was Helper Vibes. Okay, let's talk about it real quick. So for just my regular spending, on Monday, I think you can see this, on Monday the 19th, I spent $11.38 getting bread and lunch meat for the trip. On Tuesday the 20th, I spent $47.26. I took my sister out to dinner. She's gonna check on my house a couple of times and be there for the roofers. So I felt that was a nice thing to do. Okay, so I started my trip on Wednesday the 21st. That is when I started it, and I traveled the first day to Las Cruces, New Mexico, and I spent a total of $80.47 on gas and $86.25 on a hotel because it was way too hot. No way I was sleeping in the van. On Thursday, I traveled from Las Cruces to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and I spent $41.94 on gas and another $90 on a hotel. I probably could have stayed in the van that night, but to be honest with you, I've just kind of forgotten what non-humid 75 degrees is, and I probably would have been comfortable enough, but I at first I didn't think so, but that's okay. On Friday, I spent another $38.59 on gas, and this is partly because of the fill-ups that went in between, and so this got me all the way to Helper, Utah. So I am in a little town named Helper, Utah, and I am staying at Castlegate RV Park, which I found online and decided to stay here a couple days. It's about halfway through my trip. And this is such a cute, quaint little town. When I checked in yesterday, they told me about a festival that's going on tonight in the town square. So I am on my way, carrying my heavy lawn chair, if you can't tell because I'm out of breath. Anyhow, this is just a cute little quaint town, and this area was founded in the late 1800s, and it gets its name because it was a railroad town, and the engine that they would put on the trains to help it make the heavy pass were called helper engines, and therefore the town is Helper, Utah. And the little downtown corridor has all these little historical markers on the buildings, and it's just a fun little thing. We often look for those big city original downtown corridors, and those can be great, absolutely. But little small towns like this, off the beaten path in good old United States of America, are just a fun way to explore our great country. I love just wandering around and reading all these historical signs. I actually came last night and did this, so I'm not stopping and reading those now. But again, the allure of these little towns, and of course some little small towns are, they're just used up. But nowadays, between, being able to check Chamber of Commerce and then look at things on YouTube and that kind of thing, you really can find out what little towns in the area are kind of fun. And this is just a cute, quaint little town with a lot of history, and I had a really good stay here. As I mentioned, I had to block out the audio because they were playing music. They were a band. I stayed there for 2 days, but on Saturday I made reservations for 3 nights in the Gorge this week. That's what I'm planning to do with my time. And on Sunday, I put another $93.76 in the gas tank. And I paid for 2 nights here where I'm staying right now, which I'm really not going to do much footage. It's a really nice RV park, but I'm here right now, so I don't want to say. So I spent $103.53 for the 2 nights here. Oh, and I spent $11.02 eating out last night. If we remember, my budget for coming up was $780. It was $340 for gas, $300 for hotels, $140 for sites. And I actually probably spent that, but I had 2 of them were prepaid. So if we look on back, for gas, I spent $254.76. I am to the Columbia River Gorge where I plan to spend the next week, but I'm not quite to my daughter's yet. And that will probably be another $40 in gas, which I will count as part of the original trip to get here. So that would make $294 in gas, and I had anticipated $340. Part of that was because I wasn't paying $4 a gallon. The other part was my car got way better gas mileage than I had anticipated. For sites and hotels, I spent a total of $279.84, and I had budgeted $540, so I was under budget there. So to get to the Gorge, I spent $534.60, plus I've got $40 more to get to my daughter's house, which is a total of $574.60, and my budget was $780. So I am under budget on my trip here, $205.40. And that is a really good thing because, you know, you quickly forget how much more expensive everything is here in the Pacific Northwest. I went grocery shopping today and just about had a heart attack. All right, I'm gonna turn this off and I'll be right back when I get Farkle ready. Okay, I've got my dice ready. I've got $31 from my buffer, and I've got my Farkle board out. And I have the rules back here in case I forget. Now, one thing before we start on Farkle, I just want to cover with you a little bit about how I managed to stay on budget or under budget when I was traveling. One of the tricks that I do is if I'm going to an area that I don't know well, I don't necessarily want to make a reservation in advance because I don't know the safe areas of the town. So what I will do is I will get to the town and then find or scan out the areas that seem to be fairly safe. And then I'll go to Kayak and I will look up some discounts for the hotel rates. I will then, usually I'm right at that hotel or close to that hotel. I will then go inside and see if they will honor that rate, and if they will not, I simply leave. I go reserve it on Kayak, and I come back about 15 minutes later, and I have the room at a discount. This usually works that way. Very few places anymore can honor the Kayak rate because it's separate, but they never give me any hassle when I come back 15 minutes later with the reduced rate. Another way that I look for hotels when I'm traveling in the major cities, it's hard to tell where the safe areas are if you're not familiar with the local neighborhoods and such. So I will look for the traveler kind of turnoffs along the side of the road. You all know the ones I mean. They have restaurants and gas and hotels, usually, like La Quinta, Best Western, that type of thing. And they're not quite in the cities yet, and they're almost always primarily just people who are stopping for the night. And those are usually pretty safe people. Okay, let's Farkle. We'll go through and I'll explain again as I'm going. I am hoping I can get this video uploaded tonight. The Wi-Fi here is really slow, but I got all night, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and see if I can get the 500 to get on board, as I want to show you that again. All right, so 100. 200, 250, 350. Okay, Farkle, not on board. I'm gonna try one more time. I'm gonna keep both of those for 200, 250, and Farkled again. I'm gonna try one more and then I'm just gonna be on board. 50, 100. Farkle again. Okay, I'm just gonna play around. Getting the 500 to get on board is actually usually really hard because it just is. Once you're in, you can stop and take any points you want. Okay, so yeah, see, 1,000 points. But that you know, now I'm on board. Okay, so 1,000 points. I'm gonna stop. That's $10. Okay, so I'm gonna forward here. And that's a $10. There we go. $10 there, and let's play one more round. I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure 3 ones are 1,000. Yes, 3 ones are 1,000. That's what I thought. Okay, let's play one more time. Okay, so 1, 2, 4, 3. I'm gonna keep one of the ones. And I farkled. So the next round is 0. Okay, one more. 100. Oh, 3 5s. Okay, so that's, I believe, 500. That is, so 600 at $6, and I am going to stop right there. All right, I'm gonna have to get some change before I put this in here. I hope that you have a wonderful week this week. I am gonna try to get this uploaded and live either tonight or tomorrow. I had to wait for some shade, and that meant pretty much the sun going down. Bye.